So I'm going to be showing you 25 players that are just criminally undervalued. Now the first one is no shock to my own. To be honest, if you've been on the channel before, you know I absolutely love this card. He is one of the best SBCs that we could possibly do. He has still got 2 days to go, so even if you don't believe the hype, get him done at a minimum, because if he does get an evolution at any point, that's going to be just an insane level of a card. He's 6'5", he's left-footed with a 4'5" as well. He's not necessarily got any sprinting playstyle pluses, but he works like a machine. He's got the Travella, the Relentless, and also the Aerial. And in terms of stats, we're looking pretty top end. Now the card itself is, the main thing is the fact that he's mostly lengthy with pretty much every single kind of chemistry style, and he's coming in at a value at about 95,000 coins, which is just nuts in itself. Chemistry style wise, people are going to go with the Finisher or the Engine. Now the Finisher will keep him controlled lengthy, and to be honest, it's nice. Or you could go with the Engine, get a bit more on that balance, which is what I choose to do. You could go either or. I think his finishing is still sublime in itself, and whether you'd say a +4 is going to be that much more kind of dangerous, it's up to you. But I personally like the Engine on him. He is absolutely fantastic going forward, and he is an absolute gem to go for. Next up on the list, Somerville, another fantastic card. Now he obviously is one of the kind of cheaper right wings that I must admit really get the game going. Now the one thing you always find with right wings is especially because we look at the left wing and kind of compare, the right wing is full of the absolute top or very, very bottom-esque card. There's some middles now. We've gone through team of the season, but it's still very, very hard pickings. Whereas you're looking at 118,000 coins for the card. He is a decent card. He's a team of the season plus as well, so you don't need the chemistry bonus. 99 on the pace, 90 shooting, 90 passing, great dribbling. Physicality is somewhat, it's not really his main strategy, and marksman is going to be what everybody's using for him. Are you looking for coins to improve your team? Then you need to head over to lootbar.gg, the most reliable and the best coin service you can find. Also, they have incredible 24-hour manual customer service that you physically cannot find anywhere else. But before finishing on lootbar.gg, make sure you are using JT11 to get 8% off coupon. Once you've gone through the payment, you'll be able to get your coins within the next 24 hours, absolutely guaranteed. Also, with the code, you'll be able to get 5% more coins on every transaction. Make sure you do click the link either in the description or down in the comment section below. That's going to make him mostly explosive, 95 on the shooting, 97 dribbling, and 85 on that beautiful physical. It does make him a 96 winger, which I think is brilliant. He can play left mid as well, but I would definitely go with a right wing for him, especially because we look at the previous right wings. You look at Diane, very good card in herself. She was coming in a bit more expensive. Then we also have a Felipe Anderson end of era, whereas this guy's coming in at like 118. I think that's very good value. He's gonna go down like even more eventually once we get into the Euros and then into footies. But for just say 100,000, I don't think that's bad value whatsoever. We move on to Mr. Balotelli. Now, this guy is just a joke in himself as well. When we utilized him kind of when he first came out in Mix 3 or 4, might have been Mix 3 to be honest, I kind of looked at him and thought, okay, well, he's a 5-star, 4-star. He's 6'3" with a high-low, perfect work rates. And playstyle pluses, technical, it's decent enough. Relentless, I'm like, okay, we can kind of make that work. And then Trickster, I'm not a big fan of. So no actual shooting playstyle pluses. And yet he's a monster, genuinely a monster in game. Now, I think a lot of people are kind of expecting this from him because the 86 version was just the same, let alone with the beautiful dynamic of the Santa hat, which to be honest is just a reason why to do the card anyway. In game, he was fantastic as well, but this year, again, he's come in and surprised us. Decent pace, very good shooting, but obviously you want a chemistry style. You're probably looking something along the lines of a Hunter for him, which I can imagine is going to, to be fair, takes most of the votes, but doesn't take all of them. I thought that would be quite an easy one. A 95 overall striker, 99 pace, 95 shooting, already very, very good dribbling, which is the big thing for him. 91 on the agility, 90 balance is absolutely brilliant. Great composure, great strength. He's got everything. And since I don't know if it was Nep that said it first, but basically there was like a clip going around about the kind of new meta of the 99 aggression, the Relentless Plus, and it was the... There was something else. It was 99 aggression, and I think it might have been 99 aggression and Relentless Plus together or something like that. I don't know which one it was. Or then having a certain playstyle kind of gave cards a bigger boost than they should have done. Conspiracy, I don't know if there's anything actually factual, but it definitely checks out with him. Moving on to the next one, Hanko. Now, I don't know why it's giving me this version, because I've got the 93, because you could have upgraded him as well. He is a Team of the Season Plus. Got it right this time, because every single time, I just always say that he's a live card. I don't know why, but you basically could have made this card from this beautiful 92 into just that one upgrade. He gets 7 shooting, so I mean, it's not necessarily the biggest upgrade for him, but 4 physical, 1 defending, 2 dribbling, and a pace. I will absolutely take that every day. Now, in terms of the card that I personally go with is the 93. Regardless, the 92 is just as good. He is one of them cards that I just think is so cheap, it's unbelievable. You go with the Shadow, you're looking at 98 pace, 97 defending, a 96 overall centre-back is just so easy to go with. Now, the price you're looking at for someone like this is 43,000 coins. If you are struggling with a centre-back, just give him a go. Anticipate, block, power header. He is a perfect unit to go into your back line, and you will not regret it. I think he is absolutely fantastic. And now we have got Thiago Silva. We also had a Nacho Fernandez that is okay, but I definitely say Thiago Silva is one of them ones that he's a generational talent. Every year, they always will give him a very good card until he retires naturally. Moving on up, we have Jordi Alba that, to be honest, again, I'm waiting for him to retire because that Inter Miami team has got a lot of big cards coming to an end at some point. But this is surprisingly a very cheap card that I thought would have been a little bit more expensive with the links. But then I'm like, okay, he's in the MLS. I can imagine him not to be. Not only that, they did give him a moments. Unfortunately, unless you're rocking everybody else, maybe some Spanish, you're going to need some chemistry points with him. But that being said, 72,000 coins is worth a look in at the minimum. 95 on the pace, great defending, physical could do with an upgrade, but that's fine. Incredible dribbling and passing along the way. He's got whipped pass, technical, and tiki-taka if you wanted that sort of fullback vibe from him. Now, in terms of the run type, or chemistry type, sorry, he's got the anchor that's needed that will give you the mostly explosive 98 pace, 95 defending, and 90 physical. It's not a bad card. A 96 left back for 72,000 coins. Now, the one thing with all of these cards as well, I'm not saying these are the only cards to go for. And yes, a lot of the time, especially for like left back, you're looking at your Ferland Mendy 93s. You're looking at your team of the season, Sakina, Teo Hernandez, Alfonso. I'm not saying these cards will completely trounce the market, but they most definitely are worth looking at if you just, A, can't be bothered to spend that many coins or grind that hard to try and find somebody. Because another left back, DeMarco. Again, another great left back. He's got the rapid plus, the whipped pass, and the incisive. He's only a 3-star weak foot, but we can move with that. He's high 5'9". Can play centre back if you really wanted to. I probably wouldn't. He's obviously got incredible pace, defending, passing, dribbling, even a decent amount of physical again. He's an easy card to go in. He's 110,000 coins. You'll obviously go for something like the anchor. The basic I'd probably stay away from, but the anchor is definitely going to be in there. 99 on the pace, 95, 93, a 96 left back, or a 97 left wing back if you really wanted to. I really think that, again, if you're not looking for them million coin cards, he's an easy one to try out, most definitely. We move on to the next one in Soloff. Oh no, we're back to the start again. Now we move properly on to Kvaratskhelia. Beautiful 5'5". I was a little bit disappointed with his actual upgrade, but I can kind of understand he just didn't have the season that he had last year. Still a phenomenal card. At the minute, he's coming in at 178,000, which I think is still very good for him if you wanted the links. Again, team of the season moment, so you might need some Serie A, some Napoli in there, but Osimhen is definitely available, and there's more than enough Serie A players you could put in. Let alone that, you could have some icons, especially with the addition of Euro icons coming in. That's going to make life so much easier for him. But we've obviously got the dribbling and the pace being the main thing. shooting and passing, coming in at a nice second. He's got whipped pass, pinged pass, and rapid plus. So he is going to be more of your assisting winger rather than necessarily your shooting. But he still can definitely go forward, as we want the dead eye on him this time. We'll keep him controlled, give him 96 shooting, 92 passing, and it does turn him into a 97 left or right wing with 178k worth of value. Again, another great card that you want to be looking for. Moving one up, we have Savio. Now this, to be honest with Savio, he's probably about right in price because he's not necessarily your go-getter. Like, I'd probably prefer Kvaratskhelia over him, but Savio is phenomenal for getting down the wing. If you're looking for kind of that striking left wing, he's probably not the place to go. He definitely can still get you goals, but he's not what I would suggest as a left forward-esque sort of card. He is down the wing, get down and get the pass in. He is so quick, it's unbelievable. Acceleration being 99, mixed with then some decent dribbling. You could do with a little boost. He is just a brilliant cheap card for 50,000 coins. If you've played champs, more than likely you had the option for him. So if you wanted to get him red, then you probably would have picked him if he was the best option. Hence why I've got him red. 93 shooting, 95 dribbling, and 95 winger. The main thing for me was looking at that future star and then just seeing how quick he truly was, to then add a little bit more pace. You then add up to the 99, which I think you could have done with the other one anyway. He just is a very, very nice card that you can get for minimal coins. Moving one up, oh, I love this card. Sergio Busquets, a beautiful centre mid, centre defensive mid. The passing is just a very unique standpoint for him. 99 on everything, bar from the crossing. I don't know, there's got to be a reason. I don't know if anybody knows why they don't actually give 99 on everything. Normally, whenever a stat is 99, one of the in-games is like 98 or 97. Not everything's 99, but it's not only the passing that's very good for him, it's the playstyle pluses of a triple passing playstyle. Incisive, long ball, and tiki-taka do make him technically the best passer on the game, because obviously KDB is 99 as well, same as somebody else that I can't remember, but they're all incredible. But it's the playstyle pluses added to him as well that he is just passing orientated. Now he obviously does have a nice pace boost from his 83, 43 on that. Everything else is at a stunning upgrade because this is the only card he's managed to get, and he's coming in at a whopping 43,000. I don't think that is bad value whatsoever. And like I said, if you want to link up with a Jordi Alba, if you've somehow managed to get a Messi, there is a lot of good cards that you can go for there. Moving on to the next one, we have Lucas Hernandez. A little bit more expensive than the list. I've kind of gone with around about a 250k value because I think that is reasonable per position, but a lot of them are going to be cheaper. I think this is a fantastic centre-back. For 234,000, you've got him as a left-back if you really wanted to, but I still think as a centre-back, he absolutely rocks it. He's got himself the anticipate, the slide tackle, and the jockey. Great pace, great defending and physical. Dribbling wise, again, pretty good. The composure is the bit that lacks slightly. It's not going to be a deal breaker for him, but it's just a slight where I'm like, okay, we kind of need the 90 plus if we really wanted to be serious there, but it still works. Obviously, we're going to be looking at this shadow or anchor again for him. If you're going to go with this shadow on him, keeps him controlled lengthy, which I think is brilliant. 97 pace, 98 defending, and 96 overall centre-back for 234,000 coins. Like I say, if you go for like, what, 300k for the pair of them, you can get lovely Lucas and then also Hanko together. It's a great pairing. It absolutely works. Moving one up to Aubameyang. One of them that, to be honest, I thought he would feel slightly better, but he's still good no matter what. He's a 4'5", high-low 6'2". He's got himself the rapid plus. He already is rapid. He has got the power shot, which I do like, and then the acrobatic, just in case you really wanted to. I think the stats are fantastic for him, and he's only 132,000 coins. I think that is a brilliant glow up for him. He's obviously had quite a lot of cards, hence why I thought maybe a 94 or 95 would have been better for him. I just think that could have been a decent kind of investment for him, but they gave him 93. I feel like if he was kind of near the Serie A team of the season, where it was right at the end, he might have been higher rating, but even so, I still think this card is definitely a world beater to try out if you are looking for them strikers. Moving on to another mixed league, Mahrez. Very, very good card. I am surprised they didn't give him the 5-5. I really think when you're looking at someone like this, you're just going to give him the 5-5. Like, let's be real. He's in the Saudi League now. He is a Team of the Season, Team of the Season plus, so you don't necessarily need to worry too much about the chemistry style of stuff, but the 5-5 would have really made this card just that little bit better. He's 5'10", he's right mid or right wing. Pace is maxed out with the acceleration. Obviously then dribbling is phenomenal. That's the one thing I really like about him. And he has got the technical whipped pass and first touch. So a very balling winger. He's a classic right wing, right mid that can cut in if you want him on his left foot, which is always nice. If you are looking for chemistry style, you're looking at probably the Deadeye more than anything. Max out the shooting, give himself a decent amount of passing. Like, you don't need necessarily 8 on that sprint speed. He's already got that acceleration plus the rapid plus, and he's a 97 right wing at 186,000 coins. It's really not that bad whatsoever. We then move on to Schlotterbeck, another fantastic card. When you look at him in game, brilliant, brilliant centre-back. He's got himself the Anticipate Jockey and Power Header. He is 6'3" with the high. It kind of would have preferred the low-high, but it still works no matter what. Pace-wise, we can upgrade. We've got decent amount of dribbling, good composure, agility, balance at 82 and 80 is good for a centre-back. And then obviously the physicality gains are brilliant for him. Now, the big thing for him is he's coming in at 40,000 coins. Now, he is actually in the Ultimate Team of the Season as well, so hence why the price is just taking another absolute nosedive from, what, about 342k. He absolutely dipped to 260, and then now he's dipped even more in literally a day. It kind of just tells you what you need to know. He is very packable in this Ultimate Team of the Season, which is fair enough. The Shadow is going to be utilised quite easily. You're going to get the controlled lengthy with 96 pace, 98 defending, making another 96 rated centre-back. You went for him and Hanko. You're looking at 80k between them, and you've got yourself a nice run of the pairing. We move on to Peugeot, lovely striker, kind of left in that Bundesliga field with the likes of Schürrle, with Pop. Pop was unbelievable, but she most definitely is not a cheap price anymore. She is high-low though. She is a left wing or striker if you really wanted to, and I think she could probably play both, to be fair. She has got the quick step, the quick step. I don't know why I went to go technical. The press proven, and also the power shot as well. Shooting-wise is phenomenal. She's obviously got the dribbling at an absolute maximum price. She is 136,000 coins, which, again, I think is a good price. And it's what I'm seeing with a lot of these medium Team of the Seasons to low, but there's a lot of them. But then there's some gems in between them where you're like, okay, 100k for her is easy profit. It's easy to be able to get up to there. She obviously is looking at something like the engine potentially, because shooting wise, she is pretty much maxed out. You might as well get a bit more on that dribbling and really rock it, to be honest. Next up is Boniface. Now, he haunts my dreams every single day because I come up against him so many times, and funnily enough, so many times as a super sub, and he tears me a new one. I hate it because he's just a big, bulky striker that just works it. He is very much like a Sorloth. We see the likes of, who is it? Sorloth, Giroud, Balotelli to some extent, but not necessarily from the height point of view, but 6'4" for him. Great pace, great shooting, dribbling wise, great for a big man, and then the physical is obviously there as well. He's just an absolute man mountain when it comes to being a striker, and at 81,000 coins, it's no surprise that everybody absolutely has him. He was obviously only in the Bundesliga, and also you had a double chance because we did get a Leverkusen Team of the Season upgrade. That is where I actually got mine. I actually picked the Team of the Season champion this one, so it's why it's not showing up as got him. But I do have him, and I don't want to use him because he's too good. Next up is Mallard, another very, very good card in terms of how cheap she is. 35,000 coins. She is normally a left wing, 4-star, 4-star. She's got the stats to go with it, and the main thing is just how cheap she is. Flair, Quickstep, and Travella, very good down the wing. She feels quicker than anything, and she most definitely has the ability to get past people. Now, you are obviously looking more towards a Hunter for her, which is going to give her 98 pace, 95 shooting, and does turn her into a 95 winger. Now, at one point, she was one of the better Man U players you could actually get in the game, and she rocks it easily. We move on to Ollie Watkins, another one that I think is one of them forgotten ones because he was right at the start. But the big thing with him, and especially because he was very much packable, or at least pickable from the red picks, he just seems to be in everybody's, is the fact that you could now upgrade him even more. So if you was to look at that red value, you could go into the corner upgrade and make him into now a 96. Now don't get me wrong, it's not necessarily the biggest upgrade, like a +2 on pace, shooting, 3 on dribbling. It's only going to get you so far, but regardless, getting a 96 striker in this game from a red is still very nice and achievable. Now, in terms of chemistry styles, we are going to be looking at the finisher more than anything. His pace is pretty good, but mainly the finisher is going to give you that agility balance bonus, which is exactly what you need in this game. Obviously, when it comes to playstyle pluses, Travella, Relentless, and Power Shot, still going to be fantastic, but I do see where the drop-off really happened when we got some of the more bigger and better cards at a time. Then we move into Loftus-Cheek. Now, he is one of the cards that I did actually upgrade, and to be honest, was very, very lucky in the end, because it looked like he wasn't going to get any upgrade. So I've managed to get the 94, which is what he could have been with a max potential, and I was kind of hoping he might have gone up to that 95 as well. He is a centre mid CDM cam. He kind of is more centre mid or cam based, if anything, but he has got some nice stats throughout. Now, he is incisive, intercept, and bruiser, which is pretty decent, and I do like his kind of finishing on the game, but I would kind of class him more in towards a centre mid more than anything. Chemistry style wise, we've gone with the Shadow. I actually haven't put anything on him yet. Shadow would give you, it pretty much maxed out that pace to 95, the sprint speed maxed out, 91 defending, and turns him into a 95 centre mid from the 93. If we was to do the same with the 94, we're going to get a whopping... He is lengthy pure as well, actually. When you get him into that 94, he's lengthy, which is nice on everything, which is pretty cool to have. Obviously, he gets the 95 still and 93 defending, and does turn him into a 96 centre mid, which is always a nice bonus. Patry is going to be up next with a very cheap card at 70... Where's she gone? Patry, she is a whopping... I can't even find her on this list. I know she's a decent one. She's kind of in the middle between the Bonmati and Putellas at 42,000 coins. Again, another card that's great in the centre mid if you're struggling. I think the one thing I had was very, very lucky centre mids. The Team of the Year Putellas. Then I managed to get Grace. We've now got Rice in there. Rice is unbelievable, but they are coming in a bit more expensive. Whereas where we're looking at the cheaper centre mids, we're looking at the kind of the bog standards, the Freds, the Ruben Neves, the Patrys. They've got a good basis across the board. They don't quite beat out the likes of Valverde, but they most definitely can do for the moment. Anticipate, block, pinged pass. She's definitely going to get the run-ins in nice and easily, and obviously you're going to go for something like a Shadow or Anchor for it. So if you wanted to go with a Shadow, you'd end up with 96 pace, 95 defending, a 95 centre mid, or you get controlled on the acceleration type, 85 on the physical, 94 and 92, making her a 95 centre mid as well. So you've got the multiple options there if you really wanted to. Now, Athenia, she was brilliant in the Future Stars. The upgrade was literally the thing of nightmares because she just manages to do everything. Now we're looking at the 94. She again has had a brilliant upgrade. For 74,000 coins, I don't think she's a bad card whatsoever. She's obviously got the pace, the shooting, decent passing, great dribbling. Physicality's there in terms of aggression, but 70 strength, I'm not expecting much. She's got the quick step as well, which is nice. People are going for the engine for the extra boost in that agility balance, a little bit more on the pace, and a bit more passing as well, which does make her a 96 level winger to be 74,000 coins, which is absolutely perfect in my book. Moving one up, we're going to be looking at Baka. Now, I can't believe she's only 150. Now, I know there is a lot of left backs in the game, so it's no surprise that she's a bit cheaper than your Furlans, your Teos, because they are increasingly better than the rest of them, to be honest. But just remembering how good that 90 card is, you know full well that she's going to absolutely rock it. Quick step, jockey, pinged pass, she's just brilliant going up and down that wing, and she is absolutely safe as houses being able to do it. Chemistry style-wise, people are looking at the Anchor, obviously. That's going to keep her controlled explosive, and then it's going to give her the 97 pace, 92 defending, and 95 on the physical. Now, I do think if I was looking for price-to-price comparisons, I would possibly look at Alba or DeMarco over it, just because I think Name is carrying a bit more than what she actually is worth. I think DeMarco looks more exciting for what the less of 40,000 coins, but each to their own there. We have also Fred, another fantastic card if you wanted to. A brilliant, brilliant unit in the midfield. He's kind of like that Busquets. I think they came out at the same time, I wanted to say, and they absolutely rock it. He's just brilliant as that box-to-box CDM. He's not necessarily your shooting type of card, but he can push the ball up nicely, very easily. Anticipate, technical, and jockey. He's obviously got a decent amount of acceleration, which I really, really like from the card. Then he's obviously got that 95 dribbling, but when you look at the in-games, some wonderful stats. 99 on the agility balance. People are obviously going for the Anchor for a bit more pace, and then getting that defending physical up. For what? For 190,000. He actually, I think he went slightly, no, he went down and went up and then down again. Now it's obviously to the point where there is too many centre mids where we're like, okay, that's fair enough. He's a very, very good card, but again, he's not going to beat out the Valverdes, but he definitely can put up a game against them. Moving into Nani, one of my favourites as we go through every year until we manage to get into kind of retirement age. I feel like he's probably going to be more of a hero than anything. I don't know if it's icon standards, depending on what they're going to work at with the card, because I do think with him, he's an icon in his own kind of career, but when we look at the icons in the game, I probably would say he's more of a hero type, but a 5/5 hero at that, high-low with incredible wing stats. We got him right at the start during Team of the Season, so it's always nice to see him now. Rapid, technical, and then also the Travella, and I do think for 123, he's a very nostalgic but decent winger. The 5/5 is going to be beautiful. Whether we see maybe an evolution later on down the line, a Footies version, I don't know if we're going to get a Footies Nani, but at least an evolution to make him Footies could be a move that we could look for. Then we have Santos. We're coming towards the end now. Beautiful, beautiful cam. I think she is just absolutely stunning when it comes to 134,000. She was right at the beginning with the live. You did have the ability to make her a 95 as well if you wanted, like my Loftus-Cheek, and I do think she rocks it. Great pace, great shooting, passing, dribbling, decent physicality. Playstyle pluses of finesse, rapid, and flair. She was like 50 to 40,000 coins at the very start, which just made her so cheap, but unfortunately she did go up in value as she did progress through the rankings. We also have Tar, beautiful card, great centre back for 67,000 coins with the low high, 6'5", so an absolute monster going in. 85 pace was a little bit lower there, and he wasn't quite the standard of an Upamecano, but the defensive ability was brilliant from him. Now you are going to be looking at something like a Shadow or Anchor for you. I can imagine, yeah, a lot of people are just going to go out and out pace for him to just max out as much as possible. And it does make him a 96 overall if you are looking at it. Osimhen obviously has to be in this list. He, again, is just a monster in his field. He wasn't necessarily the first choice when it came to a Team of the Season from the Serie A, because we had Martinez, we had Leao technically being able to be a striker, and also Dybala as well. But for the price that you're paying for Osimhen at 236, I still think he's a very good striker. He's just a little bit underwhelming compared to what I expected him to be. Especially when we did have a 92 already. I felt like a 96 would have been more viable, but then having Leao at 95, Dybala at 96, Martinez at 97, it was obvious they had to cut some corners somewhere. Schürrle, another great one for the price that you're paying. I don't think that's too bad of a run-in, to be honest, when we come to the actual price of a lovely 63,000. I mean, what more can you ask for there? 95 rated, she's got the rapid plus, she's got the finesse, she's got the chip shot. She's just a very, very good pouncing striker. Through balls are her best friend. She runs onto them, she gets the finish, she absolutely gets the work done. And then the final two strikers, we have Bunny Shaw and also Sammy Kerr, both coming in at a high rating, but a lovely price of 100k, and I think Sammy Kerr was about 190. Sam was just incredible. I can't believe she's this low. Her team of the year was phenomenal. This is just another upgrade for her. She, again, absolutely rocks that striking role. And same with Shaw. Again, another striker that just runs through, has that explosive strength, and just dominates in the box.